Hey, it's Alex. In this video, I'm going to show you why most businesses calculate their reorder points completely wrong, and how fixing this one number can eliminate 90% of your stockouts without tying up more cash in inventory. By the end of this video, you'll understand the exact formula to calculate your reorder point for any product, how to determine the right safety stock level without overbuying, and how to implement this system in your business this week without expensive software. What this means for your business is that you'll stop losing sales because you ran out of stock, stop paying for emergency orders, expedited shipping, and finally have predictable inventory levels that let you scale without constant fire drill. Here's what most businesses don't realize. A stockout doesn't just cost you the one sale you missed. It costs you way more than that. The first is the immediate loss. Customer wants to buy, you don't have it, they go somewhere else. That's obvious. But here's what's not obvious. The second cost, customer lifetime value. That customer who couldn't buy from you, they're not coming back. They found a competitor who had the product in stock, and now that competitor owns that relationship. If your average customer lifetime value is $2,000, every stockout potentially costs you $2,000. Not just the one missed sale of $100. The third cost is emergency replenishment. When you realize you're out of stock, you panic. You place a rush order. You pay for expedited shipping. You expect worse terms from suppliers because you need it now. These emergency costs can be 2 to 3 times your normal cost of goods. I've seen businesses lose 15 to 20% of their annual revenue purely due to stockout. We're talking real money. A business doing 1 million in revenue is losing $150 to $200,000 because they keep running out of the wrong products at the wrong time. And here's the worst part. Most businesses don't even track this. They just know they're constantly scrambling, constantly firefighting, constantly disappointing the customers. But they don't quantify the cost. So why do businesses keep having stockouts when they have reorder points set? Well, the first reason is that they're using average demand without accounting for variability. They look at historical sales and say, we sell about 50 units per week, lead time is 2 weeks, so let's reorder at 100. Seems logical? Wrong. Because demand isn't consistent. Some weeks you'll sell 30 units, some weeks you'll sell 70. But if you reorder at 100 units, you happen to have a few high demand weeks, you'll stock out before the new inventory arrives. The second reason is that they're not accounting for lead time variability. They assume their supplier always delivers in exactly 2 weeks. But sometimes it's 10 days, sometimes 18 days. That variability will haunt you if you don't plan for it. The third reason is that they set one reorder point and never update. Demand changes, lead times change, seasons change, but businesses set their reorder point once and forget about it. Then they wonder why they keep stocking out during peak season. The fundamental problem is that most reorder point calculators are too simple. They work in a perfect world where demand is predictable and suppliers are reliant. But we don't live in a perfect world. We need a formula that accounts for reality. So here's the formula that eliminated 94% of our stockouts. It's called the dynamic reorder point formula, and it's not complicated. So the reorder point equals the average demand during lead time plus safety stock. Average demand during lead time is simple. If you sell 100 units per week and your lead time is 2 weeks, that's 200 units. Safety stock is the buffer you hold to protect against variability. This is the most critical piece most people get wrong. Safety stock equals the z-score times standard deviation of demand times the square root of lead time. I know that sounds complicated, but stay with me. The z-score is just a number that represents your desired service level. If you want to be in stock 95% of the time, your z-score is 1.65. If you want 99%, it's 2.33. Standard deviation of demand is a measure of how much your sales vary week to week. If you sell an average of 100 units with a standard deviation of 20, that means most weeks you sell between 80 and 120. So let's do a real example. You sell an average of 100 units per week with a standard deviation of 20 units. Lead time is 2 weeks and you want a 95% service. Average demand during lead time, 100 times 2 equals 200. Safety stock is 1.65 times 20 times the square root of 2, which equals around 46 units. So your reorder point is 200 plus 46, which is 246 units. So you should reorder when your inventory hits 246 units. This accounts for both your average demand during lead time and the variability in that demand. The beauty of this formula is that it's dynamic. When demand increases, your reorder point increases. When lead time gets longer, your safety stock increases and adapts to reality. Now, before I show you how to optimize your safety stock levels, I want to make sure that you can actually implement it. I've created the reorder point calculator that does all the math for you. You input your average demand, your demand variability, your lead time, and your desired service, and it calculates your exact reorder point. It also helps you calculate reorder points for multiple products all at once, so you can set up your entire inventory system in one afternoon. Head to the description right now and check out the calculator. It takes 5 minutes to input your data from your top products. The result will immediately show you which products you're reordering too early or too late. Check it out now, then come back and I'll show you how to optimize your safety stock. So let's talk about safety stock, because this is where most businesses either underprotect or overinvest. Safety stock is insurance. It protects you against variability in demand and lead time. But like any insurance, you need the right amount. Too little and you're not protected. Too much and you're tying up cash unnecessarily. The key is your service level target. This is the percentage of time you want to be in stock. For most businesses, 95 to 98% is the sweet spot. 95% means you're in stock 19 out of 20 times a customer wants to buy. That's pretty good. 98% means you're in stock 49 times out of 50. That's excellent. And here's the thing, going from 95 to 99% service level requires significantly more safety stock. And that safety stock costs money to hold. So you need to make a strategic decision for each product. High margin products where stockouts are really expensive, go for 98 or 99%. Low margin commodity products, 95% should be fine. Another factor is product type. Fast moving items that represent the bulk of your revenue, higher service levels. Slower moving C items, you can accept more stockouts because they happen less frequently and matters less. Here's the framework. For your top 20% of products by revenue, target 98% service. For your middle 30, target 95%. And for your bottom 50%, 90 to 93% is probably fine. This approach optimizes your working capital. You're investing in protection where it matters most and accepting a bit more risk where the cost of safety stock outweighs the cost of occasional stockouts. One more thing, adjust your safety stock for seasonality. If you know that demand spikes in Q4, increase your safety stock in Q3. Don't wait until you're in the middle of the spike to realize you don't have enough buffer. So here's your action plan to fix your reorder points this week. The first is to go through the calculator in the description and gather your data. You need average weekly demand, standard deviation of demand, and the average lead time for each product. The second is to calculate reorder points for your top 20% of products first. These are your A items that drive the bulk of your revenue. Get these right before worrying about the rest. Step 3 is to decide on your service level targets. 95% is a good starting point for most products, and then go higher for your most important items. Step 4 is to implement the reorder points in your system. Set alerts so you get notified when inventory hits the reorder point. And step 5 is to monitor and adjust. Track your stock out rate monthly. If you're still stocking out too often, increase your safety stock. If you're never stocking out, you might be able to reduce safety stock and free up cash. Getting reorder points right is one of the highest leverage things that you can do for your business. It directly impacts revenue, customer satisfaction, and importantly, cash flow. The difference between guessing at reorder point and calculating them properly is literally hundreds of thousands of dollars for most businesses. That's real money that goes straight into your bottom line. So drop a comment below and tell me about your biggest inventory challenge. Is it stockouts? Is it dead stock? Is it that you can't figure out where to reorder? I read every comment and I'll reply back to you personally. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.